Welcome to EDTE 255, Introduction to Democratic Perspectives in K-12 Education. I'm so excited to help you start this journey of becoming a teacher and exploring a career in education. This is Module 2, Becoming a Teacher. Each week, you have an assigned reading from the textbook, or we'll have a reading in the module. Every time there's a reading, there'll be a reading recap. You are encouraged to read the assigned textbook chapter prior to logging into the course. Some modules, as I indicated, will have readings embedded in the module that you'll read. Readings will be the basis for our discussion board prompts. Readings that are based on the textbook chapter will also have a quiz assigned. There will be a short, about 5-minute reading recap every time there's an assigned textbook chapter or reading embedded in the module. The purpose of the reading recap is to highlight main ideas, clarify concepts, and introduce related concepts or vocabulary. Here's the reading cap for Chapter 1 of your textbook Teach. One of the main points is that different experiences influence and inform our lens or our framework for teaching and our teaching practice. This can come from our schooling experiences. For example, some people grow up and attend public school, some attend private school, and some go to homeschool, and some have even an experience called unschooling. The type of schooling that you experienced will influence how you view education. For example, you undoubtedly, if you attended a public school, had a math class and a reading class and maybe a social studies class and a science class. And you might think that's the way that education should work. However, not everybody has that experience, and not everybody thinks that the school day should be blocked off into different subjects like that. So your experiences influence how you view how education should be done. Your life experiences also influence how you view how education should be practiced and how teachers should teach. This can come from your experiences at home, it can come from the political climate, it can be based in the culture, it can even be based in pop culture. Another main point from the chapter is that a career in education isn't for everyone, and that's okay. Even if you're just still considering whether or not to become a teacher or not, this is the perfect class for you to explore those options and see what teaching is really about. Another main point from the chapter is that teaching is a profession, not just a job. And that's important for the general public and for you to know. If you choose to pursue a career in education, you'll learn the ins and outs of the profession. However, if you choose not to have a career in education, you can help see how and inform the rest of the public about how education and teaching is not just a job, but a profession. Because teaching isn't just about going in, clocking in, and doing work. Teachers need to have a passion for their job, a passion for students, a passion for the curriculum. It's also a career. People who enter education generally stick with it for the long haul, if they make it past the first 3 to 5 years. And also there are a lot of professional organizations designed to help and support teachers in their roles in educating the future. Again, teaching isn't for everyone, and that's okay. But even if you're not planning on being a teacher, you can help understand and shape the dialogue of what teaching and education should be in the United States through your involvement in a parent and teacher education or association, the PTA, or through attending school board meetings. And then finally, modern education is based on standards and accountability. When I was a young kid, many schools had their own curriculum and taught what they thought was appropriate at the age. Many of those ideas were similar across schools, but it wasn't until about the 1980s and 90s that states started to standardize the curriculum across school districts and even across states. These standards say what a school is expected to teach to students and what students are expected to be able to do in areas such as math and reading, social studies, and even science. There are even standards that are developed for allied art areas such as modern language, foreign languages, music, and art, and tech ed. And even now there are standards for helping make sure that students are ready to enter the workforce when they graduate from high school. These are called career readiness standards. There's also been a push since 2000-2001 for accountability to make sure schools are actually doing what they say they're doing and making sure that students are actually prepared for the workforce or college after they graduate from a secondary institution. If you have any questions about the main concepts or want more information about these main ideas, you can email me at the email address below or listed on the screen. Also, don't forget to take the quiz based on the chapter that you read, and also make sure that you post your initial response and replies to the discussion board. They will help further your thinking about these topics. Again, your initial post must be posted by noon on Thursday, and your reply to 2 classmates should be posted by Sunday at midnight at the end of the day. Those 2 responses, one can be to whomever in the class you wish to reply to, and the second one will be your assigned partner as listed in the discussion board and in the module.